This watch has no business to look this good. And no, don't let your eyes fool you, this is not gold, it's bronze. Bronze is one of those trendy materials that's used on watch cases that's right up there with titanium when it comes to popularity. But what surprised me was that when I unboxed this Nereide Bronzo from Venezianico, it changed my mind on how a bronze watch would look like and how it would react through time on my skin. And quite frankly, I even have doubts now if this is bronze at all. They say bronze is a living material that changes its appearance based on the wearer. It's sort of a poetic way of saying that your hairy, sweaty arms is so appalling that your watch would develop a skin of tarnish to protect itself against it. I must admit, there's a charm to it that I like, but not for this Nereide. I know, it's appealing to many of you, but I have a different opinion. Let's begin with the usual Nereide features. It's got that solid bezel. It's got a Swiss caliber inside that's super reliable and arguably an upgrade over the Seiko and Miyota workhorses. This time I made sure to draw your attention to the crown stem of the Nereide and how it's slightly wobbly. I guess my memory isn't as reliable as a Celita movement. But I trust all of you are aware of that already by now, and this tool watch from Venezianico is as solid if not better than most microbrands competing for your wrist. Another thing that separates this watch from the pack is how it executes all of its design elements. On my 6¼ inch wrist, this warm-toned piece projects itself bold and big. The hefty lugs really powers its way outwards towards the boundaries of my cuff. The strap though is a clear winner with a custom bronze buckle and its soft FKM rubber. But let's throw this on other more familiar straps because you know, that's kinda expected from this channel. First, let's try it on this nubuck that's equally bold and stiff. These studs on the lugs definitely gives the pilot's watch vibes, or it could be a biker gang's uncle if that's how your thought rolls. It's just thick and really hard to work with. This strap is perfect for that sadistic part of you that wants your watch to be abused with every doorpost. I don't think it's a bad attempt at all, but the class that this diver projects completely outshines this strap. Now let's put it on something that's a bit more humble. This Horology leather strap is smooth, soft, and thin. It's got that nice natural color that fuses well with the warm tone of the case. Another design technique is attention leading. With so little stitching to see on the strap, all of the attention is drawn towards the dial. Next is this green sailcloth strap from Artem. Green is also a naturally occurring color, so your brain is geared towards liking this gold and green combination. While the earlier combination was an analogous relationship, here the colors are complementary. Now to match that smoky gray dial, a black sailcloth can really highlight that very well. This now gives off that blanc pawn look without that unfathomable price. It's a different sea creature altogether, if I may say so. The only thing that it's really missing is the integrated lugs of the stock rubber strap. This is something I truly admire from the Morelli brothers, who's designing these Venezianicos. They've got a good grasp of their watch design and an amazing understanding of color theory. I'm willing to bet that I'm not the only one that thinks that way, so I went to the Venezianico Facebook group and asked you what you thought about this new Bronzo Nereide. And what I read was more than just the usual fanfare, but also some validation of my initial impression. Simon Rumiti apparently says that it's kinda like a bomb, or is the bomb. Giovanni Leri says, un capolavoro come tati già usciti, feliz trend che poi no sigurano altri. A masterpiece, apparently. Now before I destroy any more credibility and dignity that I have left, let me just read what Marco Gagliardo says that perfectly reflects what I feel as well. I think the tones are just the right combination, and to be honest, it doesn't look like bronze, but more like a rich brass gold color. He's right, this watch looks more like a champagne gold case than bronze. I have never seen this shade of bronze before, and this changes what I feel about the watch. So I asked Alberto Morelli himself on what kind of bronze metal they used. Apparently, they use QAL9-4 bronze, and it has a good anti-friction and corrosion properties on top of being workable on a hot state. It's a stronger and richer mixture of bronze, but not suitable for welding processes. Of course, you don't see any welded parts here. It also has some non-magnetic properties and extra protection for the caliber. From the back, you can see the tribute to the horses of St. Mark, a sort of a certification of the completion of this famous basilica. This is the inspiration for the piece, as these horses were made out of bronze. From the back to the sides, the sleek chamfers of this modern Nereide case just brings a distinct elegance to the Bronzo. All these shiny facets gives off a luxurious effect found on solid gold cases such as IWC, Piaget, and JLC. Bold claims, yes, but I could not deny what's on my hands. As a living metal, bronze is supported by a number of design elements to further enhance this quality, like this fume dial that feels more natural than a solid block of color. It also ties back to the gray strap. Zoom in closer and you'll notice that these floating indexes provide a lot of dimensionality to the dial. Equally crisp are all the prints on this Nereide. These gilt hands and elements just makes the overall presentation uniform yet lively. And with all of these polished surfaces, there's plenty of light play to go around with. This is now where I wanted to state my case regarding the patina that this particular watch will develop. I'm not someone who shies away from tarnishing bronze nor even scratches on my crystals. But this bronze watch is so nice to look at in this pristine condition that I want to preserve it as much as I could. No disrespect to the story behind the creation of this piece. It's a fine tribute for something culturally important for both the brand and Italy after all. But the fact that this watch behaves like a precious metal timepiece, in my opinion, is a better headliner more than anything else. And yes, I'm also aware that I could buy something that will preserve this warm radiance. But using that would actually defeat the purpose of the Nereide Bronzo. Remember, Venezianico designed it to tarnish like other watches in the market. With that in mind, I'm left with no other choice than to resort to the good old-fashioned clean it with vinegar technique to remind me of its lustrous original skin. And you know, that's not bad at all. As a watch pirate, smelling like a sour fermented condiment is far from the worst that I've smelled before. But finally, this Nereide Bronzo is a beacon of another hope, a visual representation of what could or should be next for Venezianico, a full gold watch. I'm not even going to caveat this as something that's possible in the future. I know so because I'm practically wearing one right now. And that is the Nereide Bronzo from Venezianico. And come on, just look at it. This is a champagne gold watch if you didn't know better. But it's bronze. It's a bronze watch that I've never seen before. And we've reviewed quite a few bronze watches in this channel. With all of those satin finish and chamfered edges and polished facets. It's just luxurious to have. And I think this is another winner from Venezianico. Venezianico's hitting a winning streak this past few releases, and this will no doubt sell out really quick. Again, that's the Nereide Bronzo from Venezianico. Comment down below, let me know what you think. If you want more Venezianico videos, just click on the upper right corner, upper right corner, left corner, yes. If you want more Venezianico videos, just click on the upper right corner here. And if you want a playlist of micro brands that we reviewed in the channel, it's on the bottom right there.